Student, in the last previous class, we are already discussed about the classification of semiconductor. So it is mainly classified into two types. One is intrinsic semiconductor, another one is extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductors are pure form of semiconductors. Example, silicon, germanium, and extrinsic semiconductors, which are controlled amount of impurities is added to the pure semiconductor, is called as extrinsic semiconductors. Again, extrinsic semiconductors are classified into two types. One is N-type semiconductor, another one P-type semiconductor. So in the last previous class, we are discussed N-type of semiconductors in details. So that is a pure semiconductor doped with pentavalent impurities like phosphorus, arsenic is an N-type semiconductor. So therefore, from the last class, we are come to know that the N-type of semiconductors are, so that is, electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers in an N-type semiconductor. And also, energy level of pentavalent impurity is called donor energy level. Okay, so now this class we are going to discuss about P type of semiconductor. P type semiconductors. A pure semiconductor, or it may be silicon or germanium, doped with trivalent atoms. Trivalent atoms. Trivalent atoms like boron, indium, or aluminum is a p-type semiconductor. So what is here p-type of semiconductor? A pure semiconductor, so that is silicon or germanium doped with trivalent atoms like boron, indium, or aluminum is called p-type semiconductor. So how p type of semiconductors are occurs? So let's see here. So germanium and silicon are already, we are know that it is a pure form of semiconductor. So now here we are considering as here boron atom. So boron atom, it is trivalent atom. So trivalent atom means it has 3 valence electron, right? So it has 3 valence electron. So see here, this is the boron atom. It has, so that is 3 valence electron. Okay, so germanium has 4 valence electron. This is the germanium, Ge. Okay, so this is the 4 valence electron. So similarly here also germanium 4 valence electron. Okay, so next here is also considered as a germanium atom. Here is also a 4 valence electron. So like this. Okay. So the impurity atom being trivalent. So for example, we are going to consider here what? That is boron. All three of its valent electrons forms covalent bond with surrounding germanium atom. So what happened here? The all three of its valence electrons forms covalent bond. So this is the covalent bond. So this bond, so it surrounded with germanium atom. The vacancy that exists in the fourth bond constituent a hole. So here 3 boron valence electron. Okay, so here the germanium atom. So here germanium has 4 valence electron. This is the 4-way germanium atom. It has 4 valence electron, but boron is a trivalent atom, so it has 3 valence electron. So one here, so to bond with the germanium, so it is 3 electrons are bond with the germanium atom, but one is required now because of what? Germanium has 4 valence electron. So here is what? There is a empty space. So that empty space here. Why? There is a no valence electron here. The fourth bond constituent a hole. Thus a hole is formed with accepts an electron from the neighboring germanium atoms. So hence the impurity is called here acceptor impurities. So this is the acceptor impurities. So why it is acceptors? Because boron, it is covalent bond with germanium atom. It requires 4 electron, but we are going to adding the impurity here, trivalent boron atom. It has 3 valence electron. So 3 valent electrons are what? It is easily bond with germanium atom, but one vacant space. So if I am going to see here, this is the one vacant space. So this vacant space we called as here, this is a hole. This vacant space is here hole. Okay, so this hole, so here is the formation of the hole. So now what happened here? So this boron atom, it is bond with the germanium atom. So therefore the boron atom, what? It accepts. So it accepts the electron from the neighboring germanium atom. So similarly, so how it start to gain 1 electron from the surrounding germanium atom, there will be a 1 vacant space in the p-type semiconductor. So that what we called it as here acceptor impurities. In addition, equal number of free electrons and holes become available due to bond breaking by thermal agitation process. So here is the thermal agitation process, means whenever the external impurity we added to that, or by the thermal or temperature or maybe another electricity. So what happened here? So there is a free electrons or what? Become to bond with another one. That is because of what? Here making here the bonds. So that is nothing but we call it as here thermal agitation. Hence there are more holes than free electrons. Therefore holes are majority charge carriers. In p types, holes are majority charge carriers. Okay, holes are here majority charge carriers. So where? In p-type semiconductors. So in p-type semiconductors, holes are majority charge carriers and electrons are minority charge carriers. electrons are minority charge carriers. So therefore, in p type of semiconductor, number of electrons is very much less than of number of holes. So right, in the last previous class, so in n type of semiconductor, so we are duped with pentavalent impurities, that is nothing but a phosphorus. So there is a chance of free valence electrons. So therefore, in n type of semiconductors, here the electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers, where in n type of semiconductor. So in p type of semiconductor, here the possibility of the vacant space, that the vacant space we are call it as here holes. So holes here take it as a positive charge carrier. So in p type of semiconductor, it is doped with trivalent atom. So here trivalent atom has 3 valence electron. Obviously there is a chance of one vacant space, so that is we called hole. So therefore, in p type of semiconductor, holes are majority charge carriers and electrons are minority charge carriers. So therefore, here the number of electrons is very much less than number of holes. So now let's see the energy band diagram for p type of semiconductor. So that is energy band diagram. So energy band diagram for p type of semiconductor. So in p type semiconductor, again it is we are going to hear. So this is the number of energy band. So this complete band we call it as here valence band. So that is the valence band. So similarly, so this is the conduction band. So that is denoted by EC. So there is a gap between the valence band and conduction band. So that's what we called it as here EG. So that is the energy gap. So we already know that in the valence band, it consists of valence electron. In conduction band, it consists of free electrons or conducting electrons. So now what we are going to define here? So what is the energy band for the p type of semiconductor? So here the energy band of p type of semiconductor. So here is the valence electron, obviously. So here is the valence electron. So by the process of called, that is the thermal agitation. So here what happens? So electrons are jumped from valence band to the conduction band. So here is the vacant space, that is what we called as here hole. So the Fermi level of the Fermi level in the forbidden gap in type of p type of semiconductor, so that is just lies within the forbidden gap. So that is where, so that is the just lies within the forbidden gas, just above the what? Valence band. So just above the valence band. So where is here? So this is called as here EA. So why it is denoted as EA means the energy level of trivalent impurity is called acceptor energy level. Acceptor energy level. So that is denoted by EA. Okay. So this acceptor energy level is denoted by EA. The acceptor energy level lies within the forbidden gap just above the valence band. So this is the valence band, this is the conduction band. So here is the acceptor energy level is just above the what? The valence band. So this is the energy diagram for the p type of semiconductor. So up to this class we are already come to know that what is semiconductor, what is insulator, and what is conductor. So how they are going to distinguish. So semiconductors classified into two types. one is intrinsic, another one is extrinsic. Again, in extrinsic semiconductor, it is classified into N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. So now up to this we are completely discussed in detail. So that is the N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. So now let's see what is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic, and also what is N-type semiconductor and what is P-type semiconductor. So that is the difference between the N-type semiconductor and P-type of semiconductors. Let us first see the difference between intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. So now here is first intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. Okay. So the difference between intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. So from the definition, the first difference is a pure semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductor. A pure semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductors. In extrinsic, a pure semiconductor in which controlled amount of impurities is added is known as extrinsic semiconductors. Okay, so this is the first difference. One is in intrinsic, a pure semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductor. In extrinsic, a pure semiconductor in which controlled amount of impurities is added is known as extrinsic semiconductor. So the next difference is in intrinsic semiconductor, number of holes and electrons are equal. So number of holes and electrons are equal. In extrinsic, number of holes and electrons are not equal. So number of holes and electrons are not equal. So this is the second difference. So third one, electric conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor is less than extrinsic semiconductor. So the third difference is electrical conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor is less than extrinsic semiconductor. Electrical conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor is less than extrinsic semiconductor. So the next difference is here. Electrical conductivity of extrinsic semiconductor is more than intrinsic semiconductor. So here electrical conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor is more than, so that is intrinsic semiconductor. The electrical conductivity of extrinsic semiconductor is more than intrinsic semiconductor. So what is that? So obviously, extrinsic semiconductors are having more electrical conductivity property. So the last difference is conductivity depends on temperature. Here conductivity depends on temperature. Okay. So for extrinsic, conductivity depends on temperature and also on impurities. Okay. So this is the difference between intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. So what is the first difference? A pure semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductor. So in extrinsic, a pure semiconductor in which controlled amount of impurities is added is known as extrinsic semiconductor. The second one, in intrinsic semiconductor, number of holes and electrons are equal. In extrinsic semiconductor, number of holes and electrons are not equal. Third one, electrical conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor is less than extrinsic semiconductor. Here, electrical conductivity of extrinsic semiconductor is more than intrinsic semiconductor. The last difference is the conductivity depends on temperature. In extrinsic, conductivity depends on temperature and also on impurities. So this is maybe they may ask for 2 marks. So that is the difference between intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. So next is the distinguish between N type and P type of semiconductors. So let us see. Here is N type semiconductor. Okay, here is P type semiconductors. So make a column. Okay, so let's see the first difference of N type of semiconductor. The first one is here, a pure semiconductor, so that is silicon or germanium doped with pentavalent impurities. So it is doped with pentavalent impurities. So that is phosphorus, arsenic is an N-type semiconductor. So next P type. So here is the first, a pure semiconductor. So that is silicon or germanium doped with trivalent atoms like boron, indium, aluminum, like that. Okay, let's see the second difference. The impurity atoms are called donor impurities. Donor impurities. So in N type, the impurity atoms are called donor impurities. So here is the second. The impurities atom are called acceptor impurities. So here impurity atoms are called donor impurities. In P type, impurity atoms are called acceptor impurities. So the third one, in N-type semiconductor, electrons are majority charge carrier. So electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers. So electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers. In p-type semiconductor, holes are majority charge carriers, electrons minority charge carriers. Okay, so the third difference is, in N-type semiconductor, electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers. In p-type semiconductor, holes are majority charge carriers and electrons are minority charge carriers. So why? Because it is what obvious, no? If you are here going to adding a pentavalent, so there is a vacancy of what? There is a free electron. So there is a formation of the one free electron. So in p-type semiconductor, there is a formation of one vacant space. So that vacant space we call it as here, that is hole. So therefore in p-type what? Holes are majority charge carriers. So now next the fourth difference, so that is based on conductivity. So that is fourth difference, conductivity is relatively more. Why? Because of majority charge carriers are here what? Electrons. So here conductivity is relatively less. Okay, so the next difference is, the donor energy level is just below the conduction band. The donor energy level is just below the conduction band. Here the acceptor energy level is just above the valence band. Okay, so these are the 5 difference between N type and P type semiconductor. So what is the first? N type, it is doped with pentavalent impurities like phosphorus, arsenic, and P type, it is doped with trivalent atom, so like boron, indium, aluminium. The second difference, the impurity atoms are called donor impurities. Here the impurity atoms are called acceptor impurities. The third one, in N type of semiconductor, electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers. So here in P type, holes are majority charge carriers and electrons are minority charge carrier. The fourth difference is based on conductivity. In N type semiconductor, conductivity is relatively more, so because of obviously the free electron. So here the P type of semiconductor, conductivity is relatively less, because of here majority charge carriers are what? Holes. The last difference, it is based on what? The energy level diagram. The donor energy level is just below the conduction band in N type semiconductor. The acceptor energy level is just above the valence band. So this is all about the semiconductor. So the difference between semiconductor and the difference between the intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor, and also the difference between the P type and N type. So next upcoming class we are discussing about the PN junction. So next class will be continued.